a very short text today, just a few verses long, but one that's really poignant, particularly in the time we're living in right now. You can see in this text, Felix is sort of inviting Paul into playing this political game of imprisonment and bribery and political power, a game that Paul is refusing to play. And then Felix dies and is succeeded by Festus, and it says, since he wanted to grant the Jews a favor, Felix left Paul in prison. This is a very indirect way of inviting our thinking about the ways that the church is used as a political pawn in so many of our own day's political games. Paul here, a religious figure being used by Felix, kept in prison in order to placate another religious group under his imperial rule. And this is reminding me this morning of the ways we've been seeing lately churches being used politically in this particular pandemic, the ways that opening of churches is used as a message that has particular political overtones to it, trying to curry favor with various religious groups leading up to an election. And I think it's really important for us to just sort of have this one particular idea in mind as we emerge from this very short text today. And that is that churches that are being faithful to the gospel must always be suspicious of the favor of the empire. This has been a trouble for the church since almost the earliest days, that the empire, whatever empire that might be, can use the church for political gain and can favor the church in some situations for that gain and disfavor in other situations for that gain. We see it happening here with Paul, and we see it happening in our own day. So whenever the church begins to be favored by the powers of empire, we should grow increasingly suspicious and find ways of avoiding playing the games that we are invited into so seductively.